Now, Sean Dow, head of the group CameraFRAUD.com, spearheading the campaign to put an end to the cameras, not only in Paradise Valley, but in 13 other locales. And former Paradise Valley Police Chief John Wintersteen, who held that job for 13 years. He was there when the cameras went up, and thank you both for joining us. Let me begin with Mr. Dow. Best argument for ripping these things out of the ground?
Photo radar cameras increase accidents. They violate the Constitution. They violate the Fifth Amendment to your right to due process. They violate the Seventh Amendment. Study after study has been put out over the last few years showing that these photo radar cameras increase accidents.
And that's completely opposite from what we've been told.
Well, yeah, the photo radar companies would like you to believe that it's all about safety, so they're going to have this one study that they're going to constantly refer to.
So what's it about?
I'm sorry, it's about money.
It's about money.
The cameras are about money. This is what government officials use to cover up their inept budgeting skills.
John Wintersteen, you favor these things, and you've actually lobbied the Supreme Court here in Arizona to try to change the law so that if you get served, you got to pay, because there's been so much monkey business with all of that. Why do you believe so strongly that this saves lives?
I've been involved with traffic safety for a long time, and when I came to Paradise Valley, I wasn't a convert to speed cameras, traffic safety cameras. I learned very quickly, though, that in Paradise Valley it was the single most effective thing in reducing collisions.
John, then how do you explain Paradise Valley having 3 times more accidents than Fountain Hills that doesn't have cameras?
There's no doubt in my mind that when you look at the variables, the streets, the traffic, the major arterials, Lincoln and Tatum and McDonald and Scottsdale Road, the portions that are in Paradise Valley, that there is no equivalence. We have a tremendous amount of commuter traffic, and during that commute, you have the usual distracted drivers, heavy traffic, which is a recipe for more collisions if people aren't driving.
Let me ask John Wintersteen something here. In every place that this has gone on a ballot, not the hype from the company and all of the statistics, but when it's gone to the people, this thing has gotten thumped everywhere in the country. Not once have the voters said, we want photo radar. You think that's going to stop in Paradise Valley? You think voters will support photo radar there?
Yes, absolutely. I know my community very well. The studies that were done 8 and 10 years ago show very, very strong support.
Well, what about the studies that have been produced lately, over the last years? New Mexico Department of Transportation. What about every single law enforcement agency across the country that has come out against photo radar? And tell me, John, one thing the camera does better than a sworn peace officer.
Sean, the one thing it does is the 24-hour presence, which not only detects the violations, but much more important, it deters the violations.
And it is that 24-hour presence that is causing the people to despise this and mistrust their government. Yeah, you are video recording 24 hours a day.
John, why is it that the public, there's been so much anger in the UK? They've taken out 6,000 cameras. Cities across California are saying, we don't want them anymore. They're voting them out, or the city councils are tearing them down. Why is Paradise Valley digging in so hard on this?
Paradise Valley has a long history and knows the results are positive in terms of a major reduction, a steady drop-off over 23 years of collisions.
But John, that's just not true. You were at the council work study today where they showed the accident rates going up and down, and even council member Vernon Parker said if it was working, why wouldn't the trend line be going down? Instead, it's going up.
Sean, as was pointed out very clearly, there's a lot of variables. We had a couple years where there was much construction. One of the camera systems was out of
it sounds like a bunch of excuses.
Yeah, well, you can make it sound like excuses, but the fact is that the safety in the town of Paradise Valley has been dramatically increased by having traffic safety caramers for the last 23 years.
You have 3 times more accidents. How do you say that it's
3 times more a community that has...
You have 14,000 people that live in Paradise Valley. These other towns have twice, even 10 times the number of population.
Sean, you're not getting the point here. The communities are all different. And in Paradise Valley, it works very, very well.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate here. You've obviously gleaned from my conversation. I don't like these things. I'm going to be very upfront about it. I don't like government playing gotcha with its citizens. I just have never felt comfortable with this whole thing. But Sean Dow, if it saves lives and it slows people down, why not use the technology?
Look, fatalities doubled in Pinal County when they installed the cameras. Paul Babu, the sheriff of Pinal County, took the cameras down and fatalities dropped to nothing. These things are putting the residents of Paradise Valley at risk. Paradise Valley has shortened yellow light times to dangerous levels so that they can make more money.
Mr. Dow, those are accusations that are just absolutely not true. I know that that is not true. You do have a propensity for coming up with facts and studies and things that are just not equivalent.
Paradise Valley didn't issue $130,000 in refunds because they had shortened their yellow light time? I'm stating a misfact?
That is not a misfact.
Hang on for 1 second. John, I've got it. Wintersteen, I have to ask you another question. Let me broaden the discussion a bit. You were a police chief for 13 years. Is there any part of this that makes you uncomfortable turning over a police function to a private, for-profit company? They're getting in the business of making money off people who break the law. That just seems to open itself up for monkey business.
I have never seen any evidence of any misconduct, any shading, or anything else. Redflex is an upstanding company. The other companies are. There's always chance for something going wrong, as it did when somehow the yellow light timing was changed by accident. Couldn't have been changed by Redflex. But you just said I
was saying that wasn't true. Now you're saying it was true.
No, I didn't say it wasn't true in that particular incident.
Okay,
and the town did the right
thing. We gotta go.
They refunded all of the fines for that period.
Got it. Okay, Sean Dow, quickly. You think that they'll shoot it down in Paradise Valley, and you think you'll be successful in the 13 other cities that have photo radar?
Absolutely. Photo radar has never survived a vote of the public. It never will.
Okay, thanks to you both. Sean Dow, head of the group CameraFRAUD.com, and former Paradise Valley Police Chief John Wintersteen, who took the bullets and the slings and the arrows tonight. You're a brave guy. I appreciate you for coming on.
You're welcome.